Hello, hello, hello. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make videos for NBA, I make videos for NFL. All of these videos get posted on this subreddit. It's called DF Sports. You can find my post. My username is Shook. I make updates with all the news that comes out. People Talk Strategy here. I answer all of your questions. If you have any questions about the slate, really good place to be. Definitely check that out if that's something you are interested in. If you ever need to get a hold of me, you can do so on Reddit Messenger, or you can do so on Twitter at Tori Langley 1992. So, I don't know if it's about you guys. Like I said, I wasn't around to update today because my dad's up from across the country, so that's why I'm not going to be able to be around some days this week because my dad is here to see me from. I'm in Philadelphia. He lives in Louisiana, so pretty much from across the country. Um, so some days I won't be around. We'll see. And also, I really wanted to watch the Eagles game. Obviously, I'm an Eagles fan. Usually, I don't watch games. Usually, I don't watch basketball games. Usually, I don't watch football games. I've maybe watched like 5 Eagles games this year because I'd much rather just stare at my lineup and watch the points go up. I don't know if you guys do that or if you watch the actual games, but I'd rather just like sit here and just stare at my lineup. Also, I'm more of a math guy, kind of like more into the math side of things, not actually into watching it. I think the math in DFS is very very interesting on how everything gets calculated. Like from a projection standpoint, just a ton of math that goes into it. And if anyone tells you that math isn't a DFS game, they are lying to you. So or if DFS isn't a math game, they're definitely lying to you. So let's take a look at my lineup from tonight. So we had a good night tonight. It could have been an even better night if Tobias Harris doesn't play 20 minutes and fouls out in 20 minutes. Let's see how many minutes he finished with. I'm going to say 23. Let's take a gander. 25. Fouls out in 25 minutes. He was on pace to absolutely smash at negative ownership, and he fouls out. The core that I have for today was Dennis Smith Jr. He was fine, reached 5x value. Terry Rozier absolutely smashed. Alperen Sengun absolutely smashed. Nas Reed. Really, bro? Really, bro? Underowned. Picks up 5 fouls and then gets benched for the second half. Only plays 1 minute in the second half. Really, bruh? Rounded out my lineup with Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Maxey, Terry Eason, Tobias Harris. So here's what I said in Discord. I said, once we got Terry Eason news that he was starting, get him in your lineups. Phenomenal point per minute guy. I thought he would play pretty decent minutes. He did. He absolutely smashed. Really good point per minute guy. Unfortunately, he did not get the double double, but um, that worked out in a huge way at low ownership. I told everyone, get Eason in your lineups, get Nas Reed in your lineups. Unfortunately, that backfired, but that worked out huge. And I also told everyone, make sure you're leaving room for Philadelphia guys. Same situation as the Denver Nuggets from the other day, where the Denver Nuggets came in under owned. They absolutely smashed. That worked out for us, and it worked out again tonight. The Sixers guys came in way under owned, and they absolutely smashed. So a lot of us played a lot of Sixers tonight, like Shake Milton, D'Anthony Melton, Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris. They all absolutely smashed. So love to see that. Love to see the late swaps working out in our favor once again. And yeah, if Discord's something you're interested in, I'll have a link down below in the comments. If you are interested in that, definitely a great community that everyone's built here. So we got a 4 game slate for tomorrow. We're gonna make this quick. Probably going to take like 5 minutes to go over this, maybe even less. So OKC at Denver, really tough spot for the Oklahoma City side of things. But Shea always in play for GPPs for me. Would I much rather go to a guy like Jokic? Would I much rather go to a guy like Dame? Yeah, absolutely. I think they're in much better spots, but you can't always count out SGA. I think it's easier right now to get to Josh Giddey, even though he's got his minutes kind of trolled a little bit last game. I don't necessarily like the spot, but I think right now Giddy might be easier to get to for salary. But if he's going to continue to keep being chalk, I'd much rather just go to SGA and be different than the field. But I think both the top guys are in play for GPPs. They're not standout plays, but I'm like okay with them. Jalen Williams, I don't know why his price went up. I think 5.5K is definitely a little bit too pricey for me. Isaiah Joe got a lot of run last game. I'm not entirely sure why. Probably should have looked at Popcorn Machine to figure that out. Let's take a look real quick. If you guys don't know what this is popcornmachine.net, one of the best sites to use for getting better at DFS, in my opinion. So they started Jalen, the bad Jalen. They closed with Kendrick. They went small. I'm assuming at the 5. Yeah. Yeah. So Jalen came in. They played Kendrick alongside him at the 4, and then Kendrick closed at the 5. Isaiah Joe basically closed over Josh Giddey. I don't see that happening again, so we'll dock some minutes from Isaiah Joe. Okay, cool. So I don't think Isaiah Joe's going to play 29 minutes again. Obviously, that was from Josh Giddey losing minutes, but I think he's in play. I think he'll be in the rotation. I think he'll probably play, I don't know, 18 to 20 to 22 minutes. Good point per minute guy. I think it's doable, but I don't love it. Dort, no thank you. Kendrick, if he starts at the 5, I think is fine. If he comes off the bench, there is inherent risk with that. And then if Jalen starts at the 5, definitely some foul trouble going up against Jokic, but would be playable. Let's move over to Denver. So the key news here is going to be Jokic is questionable. We also have Jamal Murray questionable. And we also have Bones Highland questionable. So we'll go over it both ways if everyone's in. So if Jokic is in, I think he looks phenomenal going up against this Oklahoma City front court. I think it's just a nut spot for him with whoever they put on him, whether it's Kendrick, whether it's Jalen Williams. Like, he is going to absolutely be able to feast here. So I don't think I have to tell you guys why I think Jokic is one of the best plays on the slate, assuming he plays. Definitely a lot of blowout risk, but he looks amazing. And then I think Jamal Murray at 6.8K is still a little bit too cheap, even if Jokic is in. So I do like the top two guys here for the Denver Nuggets. Aaron Gordon at 6.4K, much rather go to Jamal Murray. MPJ is now getting to the price point if Jokic is in. I think he's priced to where he should be at. Maybe a little bit too cheap. Seems like a super safe play at a bad shooting forward position. So I'm fine with some MPJ. I don't know who is blowing up my phone, but yeah, Bruce is playable if they're all in. He probably plays, low to mid 20s minutes off the bench. Okay play at this price tag. Not excited about it. KCP, no thank you. And then I think that's it for Denver if they are in. So let's go over it if Jokic is out and Murray's in. Then you guys know what to do. Murray gonna look like the best play on the slate, or one of the best plays on the slate. Aaron Gordon gonna look amazing at 6.4K. MPJ gets a boost. He would look good at 5.6K. The bigs would be in play. Zeke Naji, DeAndre Jordan. They'll kind of split these center minutes. I guess Zeke played over him last game. I would prefer Zeke to DeAndre Jordan. And then Bruce Brown would get a boost. So I would have some interest in him. Kind of want to see what they did. Bones basically out of the rotation again. Very surprising. Now let's go over it if everyone is out. So if Murray, if Jokic, if Bones are all out, Aaron Gordon's going to look amazing. MPJ is going to look amazing. Bruce Brown is going to be the best play on the slate, and it's not even going to be close. Like, he would be an absolute smash play. It wouldn't be close. You would just lock Bruce Brown into your lineups. Like, he would look amazing. KCP would get a boost. I would have interest for him for value. I think he'd be solid. And then the bigs would be playable again. And then maybe we get Ish Smith backup point. I would have a lot of interest in him at the flat min, good point per minute guy. So this news is huge. This news changes the entire slate. Make sure you are. Luckily, it's the early game, so we will get that news and just react accordingly. So Denver's going to look good tomorrow, regardless of what happens, because I'm going to have interest in Jokic regardless. I'm going to have interest in Murray regardless. So definitely going to want some Denver pieces tomorrow. Let's go over Memphis now. So not the best matchup here. I think Ja's an okay GPP play. He really let me down last game. With Bane back, his usage just drops quite a bit. So nothing more than a tournament only play for me with Ja. Jaren, no thank you at this price tag. Extremely prone to foul trouble. He did play 33 minutes last game, which is good to see, but I still think he's a little bit pricey for me. Desmond Bane is probably the easiest Memphis Grizzly to get to. I think he's also the best looking point per dollar. If I had to pick one, has that shooting guard eligibility. Solid rebounder, but mostly good shooter. You know, very, very, very can get hot very, very quickly. So Bane, I think, is my favorite Memphis Grizzly. I'm not in love with Adams, but he does have this type of ceiling. Can go for these huge double doubles, so he's always an interesting GPP play to me. Dylan Brooks playable, but he's a black hole. All he does is shoot. If he has a bad shooting game, he's going to absolutely kill you. But it is pretty clutch that he is shooting forward eligibility. Brendan Clark probably plays 18 to 20 minutes. Okay, value of 4.3K. And I think that's probably it for me with the Memphis Grizzlies. Let's move on to Phoenix. So I don't know what's going to happen here. Like, it's hard to say now because obviously Booker's going to be out. I don't know if Cam Johnson's going to be out. We don't know if Chris Paul is going to be out. We don't know if Ayton is going to be out. It's really hard to say right now. So I don't think I can go over this. This is what we will do. I'll go over it assuming everyone is out that was out tonight. We can do that. Like, if everyone that was out today is out tomorrow, we can go over it that way. Like, Bridges would look good at 6.9K. He'll lead the way. Good defender. Get those defensive stats. Probably plays close to 40 minutes. Damian Lee would look good at 5K. Even at this price tag, would still have interest in him. Dwayne Washington, I believe, yeah, lost minutes today. Saban Lee ahead of him, so I wouldn't go there. They went small, so Darius Arch barely played, so don't play him. Torrey Craig lost minutes. I don't know what's up with that. They went to Josh Okogie. So I don't know if they go back to Okogie tomorrow. I really, really don't. This is what I will say. If I knew Josh Okogie was going to play over 20, even 25 minutes tomorrow, I would really like him for value. He's a good point per minute guy. He would just be too cheap. So I don't know if they go small again with the Koji. We'll see. I would assume that's what it was because Biombo still played a ton. So they just went with the Koji over Dario and Craig. I have no idea. I really don't. So if everyone's out and if we're gonna project a Koji for like 25 minutes, I would like him quite a bit, but I still think there's a little bit of risk there. And then Biombo played a lot more than Landale tonight. If we get 30 minutes again from Biombo, like him for value, Landale would be the pivot off him at lower ownership. He still had a good game tonight too. And then yeah, just be careful with Craig and Sarge with what they did tonight. I don't understand it. The Pacers went small, I think, so they just went small back. I have no idea. So, yeah, hard to say right now. If Ayton, Chris Paul, and Cam Johnson are in, then I'm probably just gonna cross off Phoenix outside of like Ayton. So yeah, and then Saban Lee. If everyone's out tonight, Saban Lee definitely a solid value. Seems like they want to give him a run. They give him another 10-day contract, so would like Saban for value if everyone is out that was out tonight. Let's go over Brooklyn now. So good spot here. I like Kyrie's upside for GPPs with no Kevin Durant. back-to-back good games finally. I think he's really turned a corner here. Just going to be super aggressive. I told you guys last 2 videos ago he just had to shoot the ball better and he was going to absolutely explode. Well, that's what he did. He shot the ball better and he absolutely exploded. So he has this type of ceiling with no KD. I don't think the price went up enough. I think he should be like 10.3K. So I do like Kyrie quite a bit. Claxton, Ben Simmons, these guys are playing huge minutes right now. I wouldn't hate it if you want to go to either of them. I think Ben's definitely the easiest to get to. I think he's definitely the better play in my opinion, but wouldn't hate you if you wanted to go Claxton. Royce O'Neal just feels fine, just there for me at 5.4K. TJ Warren, no thank you. Joe Harris is always playable, but very, very scoring reliant. Same thing with Seth Curry. So I think Seth's still overpriced, though, in my opinion. Much rather go to Joe Harris. So yeah, I think that'll do it. Cam Thomas got rotational minutes 2 games ago, but yeah, not for me. Um, let's move on to the Warriors. So good spot here. Steph, always love his upside for GPPs. If he's going to be unowned again, I'm going to go right back. Did this game go OT? I think it went OT. Pretty sure it went OT. So played 38 minutes regulation, 38 minutes 2 games ago. Just has the incredible amounts of upside. So I'm going to play Steph. He's going to be low owned. I have a feeling he's going to be low owned. So like Steph or GPPs, with everyone back, Poole is overpriced. Clay, I think is okay at 7.2K. Don't love that price tag. Wiggins, Draymond, definitely my favorite secondary plays on the Warriors. I think they're both just super safe to me. Dante overpriced with Clay back. Kevon Looney. I like this spot a lot. Centers have been absolutely destroying Brooklyn, so some interest there, but not going to go out of my way to play him. And then I think Ty Jerome probably plays, I don't know, I guess he was out of the rotation. Never mind. I thought he kept playing 18 or so minutes, but guess he was out of the rotation with everyone back. So let's move on to the Lakers. So not in love with LeBron. Good spot, but not a good spot actually. Um, not in love with it. I think he's fine. He'll probably be chalk, like he's been these last slates. But I prefer Dame. I prefer Jokic. I might even prefer Kyrie. So not in love with LeBron of late. But he's always super safe. Has super high floor, high ceiling. So no issues with LeBron. Westbrook's fine. Schroeder, no thank you. Thomas Bryant losing minutes. Can't go there. Gabriel, he'll probably close. Probably play 20, 25 minutes. Okay option. Patrick Beverley losing minutes of late, so really hard to go there as well. Let's move over to Portland. So guard's been destroying the Lakers. Dame has been on an absolute tear of late, playing huge minutes. I really like Damian Lillard tomorrow. I think he stands out as one of the best spend-ups on the slate. Him and Jokic, personally, to me. Nurk is in a really good spot, too, if he can just stay out of foul trouble. So I like Nurk for GPPs. Just know what you're getting into. He can always get into foul trouble and absolutely kill you. But if he can just stay out of foul trouble in this matchup, I think he's going to have a pretty big game. So, like Nurk, Grant, Simons, no thank you. I think Josh Hart feels safe at 5.1K, but I'm still not going to go out of my way to play him. But super safe. Did you guys know he had 18 fantasy points at half last game, and he ended with 19.75? Did you guys know that? Pretty funny, actually. He had one fantasy point in the second half, and he played like 17 second half minutes. Just absolutely wild. Eubanks, no thank you. If you think Nurk gets into foul trouble, fine, so be it. But for me, really, it's just Damon Nurk at the top, and like Josh Hart's a fine filler play. So I hope this helped you guys out. And I will talk to you all tomorrow. Go 49ers!